Want to pay subscribers? We'll start the Euro USD because the Euro bubble has moved quite a bit off its extremes. We were over here and now we're over here, so it's possible we're going to go into buy territory. And the reason I want to show you the Euro USD is because of the monthly support one, and that's your level there. So 105.87 above, quite strong, and we can probably target the SLC, which is 44 pips away. So the one above is at 106.29. The one below is 105.70, and that's where your ATO target short is. So we'd start the week, and then you try and target one of the two. I would admit I probably would have gone for the one above at the start of the week. We were a buy, but of course they went long, and then they continued to go long, and you can see that black line, and they really sort of went quite bullish, and so we saw that fall. So it's very tricky, and you have to remember things are moving across time as well. You have to think about the flow of time and see how the MyFX book. This is what we use, the spreadsheet data, and they've definitely been buying, and so we saw that fall. So be careful, it might break, and then we get the SLC below. And I was saying yesterday we're probably going to have a scenario where it'll be a liquidity probe, technical support for a bounce, and the reverse is true for the dollar Swiss. So let's see how that panned out. And I was saying up then down on this. Okay, so we are undergoing what my thesis was, is that we went up to take stops. We did. See that blue line, and then we got technical resistance in the MR1 and ATR target long. So part one complete, up to take stops, and then technical resistance, then down. So we're sort of halfway through my theory, and it's looking like it's possibly working out. MR1 93.50, and so you look for a short with a stop around about there, and just to be careful because the US yields are really pumping quite strongly, so this is going to really help the USD. If they go negative, then we'll fall. Okay, so remember to keep an eye on that. And so yeah, this is looking like it's going to plan. We wanted to get the stops first, and then it has technical criteria, justification in order to short to fall, and so that's that. So that's going okay. Likewise, it's doing the opposite of the Euro USD, which is fine. Dollar yen's a whole different beast. It's going to probably be pumping. It's fairly sideways. We did have a break, massive bounce, one above 135.35, one below 133.65, and we haven't exceeded the ATR target long, so we can still come up. It's quite far. Yeah, we're 91 pips away, so it's possible. And then we'll take out all these stops, those juicy stops, technical resistance, and then down. But yeah, you want to be careful. This one, it's very much of a beast, and it's quite easy to lose money as well. You need to know where your exits are and things, and your sizing is really important. Dollar CAD, and we'll look at the Kiwi USD as well, actually. Now, how are we looking? MR1, so we can still probably target ATR target long. Likewise, a possible scenario where we break that just to take the stops. It's just really horrible, isn't it? Yeah, it's only 33 pips away. Resistance, then down. So that's what I think is going to happen. And if you're probably thinking about shorting it, you might want MR1 to break 135.60, and then you want to get like an hourly candle below. So up, stops, technical resistance, wait for that to break, short, down we come. Okay, so it's like a fourfold tactic, like a technique. So stop hunt, technical resistance, another technical resistance, then wait for an hourly candle, then sell. So have an order to sell 135.60 ish, and then maybe you want 135.50 with a stop there at 10 pips. So we should be having some momentum to the downside if we're below MR1. Sentiment's not really favouring a short idea because the retail guys are quite short. However, if we come up to take those stops, it's going to change this ratio line. So that's possibly what's going to happen. NU, And the Kiwi bubble is strong, but so is the USD. So this is going to be quite choppy. Yeah, we are choppy, aren't we? There's MS1. So likewise, good for long to take the SLC, but we're quite close. And one below is at 61.85. So for me, I would probably look for a long to target that, but it's only 17 pips. So is it worth doing for the risk that you're going to take? You can have like a 20 pip stop for a 20 pip TP. It's not really an amazing trade. Maybe wait for next week and then look for a long. The monthly support one will be valid for next week. So this would be a good candidate for a long opportunity. We don't really want them guys going long. They are. So let's look at EU. Oh, we did start with EU. We'll look at GU. We know about EU. Let's look at GU. Oh, so we're breaking MS1, which is of note. Okay, be careful. We're 2 pips below. One above, 120.35. The one below is at 119.78. We've got the weekly open. Currently resistance to target SLC. One above is close. And yes, it's very sideways on the sentiment. So no trade ideas there. Using the weekly open to target SLCs. It's 11 pips, 45 pips. So keep an eye on that EU. I think that's going to be important. That monthly support AU. And I think it's going to want to get those stops. And dollar pairs are going to want to get their stops above AU. So monthly support 1, 67.80, 3 pips above. And one below, I think that's going to be likely, isn't it? 66.70, 67.70, yeah. So 14 pips away. Grab that. Liquidity probe, technical resistance, technical support, and then another support for a bounce. So down to get the stop loss cluster. Same with EU. And I think dollar Swiss, dollar CAD, and dollar yen are going to get their stops above. And so that's what's going to happen. Stop hunt, resistance, fall, and then stop hunt, support, rise. So it's going to be basically a stop hunt day today. And then by Monday, we should maybe be risk on. So we're just seeing like a flush or some positions. And then we're going to be risk on for Monday. And then things like this, they're going to probably find support and then we can bounce. And we've got a nice juicy stop loss cluster above to target. So there, your monthly support 1 to SLC is 150 pips away, 145 pips. So that's going to be a fantastic trade for Monday, assuming that we hold monthly support 1. So have a great weekend. Lots of trade opportunities, but you do need to sit on your hands and be patient. And we're going to have a stop hunt today in order for a flush. And then we're going to rally on Monday. That's my theory, because the sentiment on the FXCM, we need to flush. We need for things to go green on the indices. Okay, and so by falling, then we'll go into green. And of course, if this falls, the dollar's going to appreciate because it acts as a safe haven. So this will fall. Dollar pairs will take their stops, and the cross dollar will take their stops below. And then Monday we'll have a nice flush, and then it should be a little bit easier on Monday. So that's what I think is going to happen. Strong dollar today, and to take stops. And don't forget on our failure rate as well, dollar should be quite strong. They shorted the dollar by quite a bit. Okay, so that's quite a good little quick analysis to look for your particular currency pair that you're interested in trading. Pound USD might be like a chink in the armor of the USD. So I'll probably be watching the pound USD today. So let's look at Monday, and we're going to look for longs, and then we're going to try and target those SLCs above, especially AU. That could be a really good trade. So have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you guys on Sunday if we get the COT data.